So they're like, you know what? See, because of that, and you're the one who came and told us, mkona huyu, kumi ya huyu na kumi ya huyu, you cannot come back and try to tell us and try to sell us Mogoroki. Sawa. But the way things have been unfolding, because you remember, Uhuru came and said, mtanikumbuka mtakuja kunilililia.
I know.
Hey?
Yeah.
And all the battering that he had. If you remember what Kabogo was saying, like there was a meeting, and actually Gachagua was not even top.
He was not considered.
He was not considered.
He was not top. Yeah.
He was not top.
He was bottom.
Yeah. So anyway, pun intended, no pun intended, no did.
Yeah.
So I don't know what Gachagua is going to do, because if he resigns, if he agrees to be impeached, he's not going to run again.
Yeah.
He can't run again.
He can't run again if he's removed from office.
If he resigns, criminal charges are pending.
Where?
So, Appa, if you guys remember,
do Kenyans, are we just complaining too much, or is this goonery a common thing in other, let's say, African countries? Let's talk about our neighbors, Uganda, Tanzania. Are these things that happen? Us guys, Kenyans, we are just complaining, we are just loud. Do these things happen in other places? Wow. Now, why, going to Mount Kenya, and maybe Uno here, you can help us. Why is Rigiji taking this risk? If this impeachment has the risk of rendering him incapacitated politically, like Sonko and Ferdinand Waititu, who've been the other two leaders who've been impeached before, and you can't run for any elective office for life. Why do you think he's willing to take this risk? Because we're not seeing any signs of him resigning, or will he surprise us on Monday and submit a resignation before the impeachment? Why is he willing to take this risk and go all the way and risk not running for political office for life? What is it that he knows that maybe we don't?
I think the first thing is that circles and the Murima peoples are saying is that they're looking at what he did. He was used to attack UK.
Uhuru, yeah.
So by he was Ruto's proxy to chapa this guy. And yes, some people bought into it. Also, don't forget that there was also that urban legend of Mogoroki, right?
Yeah.
So that also added maybe to the fuel. Then people are there was also that one of how businesses had been affected because of certain things that UK was doing policy-wise.
Yes.
That were crippling businesses.
Yeah.
So, and then on top of that, there was this thing of a covenant. The covenant had been sealed, and by the way, Cukes and covenants, it's like religion.
Yeah,
they hold them.
Kukula kiapo.
They that covenant.
They take it very seriously.
They take it very serious. Yeah. So when they were talking about kumi ya huyu na kumi ya huyo,
yeah,
there are those guys who said, "Tulisema."
It's an agreement.
It was an agreement. So they're like, you know what? See, because of that, and you're the one who came and told us, mkona huyu, kumi ya huyu na kumi ya huyu, you cannot come back and try to tell us and try to sell us Mogoroki. Sawa. But the way things have been unfolding, because you remember Uhuru came and said mtanikumbuka mtakuja kunilililia.
I know.
Hey?
Yeah.
And all the battering that he had. If you remember what Kabogo was saying, like there was a meeting, and actually Gachagua was not even top.
He was not considered.
He was not considered.
He was not top. Yeah.
He was not top.
He was bottom.
Yeah. So anyway, no pun intended, no did.
Yeah.
So when now Gachagua goes into this rant and whatever he's used, in conjunction with Machungwa and Nyororo wanachapa. So what is now happening is they are realizing that we made a mistake. And if you listen to the interview that Gachagua did with Citizen,
yes,
he's the one who called them. What did he say? He came and said, "My brother." He was calling my confidant my brother, because he has to rectify that relationship
with Uhuru.
with UK.
Yeah.
Period. This is
Because
what
it
we
was
are saying.
damaged.
This is what everyone is saying. It was damaged.
Yeah.
And how he went about destroying that bridge, I don't know. It's gonna be kind of hard. Chances are, people might see what is happening is happening to him right now, and they'll be like, "Hey, hata kama alikosea, lakini si namna hii."
Yeah.
You cannot do this guy like this.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
even when nowadays, when those people, when even there was a video going around of guys being asked, because they were saying, there was this chant that was going on, Togo kiratene, toshagore luto. Most guys are not even responding to that. They're like, guys are walking away. There's a revolt, and I don't know what Gachagua is going to do, because if he resigns, if he agrees to be impeached, he's not going to run again.
yeah.
He can't run again.
He can't run again if he's removed from office.
If he resigns, criminal charges are pending.
Where?
So, Upper, if you guys remember,
So it's frying pan to fire.
so
You remember those charges that had been dropped? They're gonna
Yes.
be they're
they're
come
gonna
back
be
again.
reinvented.
Yes.
So there are charges that
Yeah.
they're criminal charges, and I think they're even part of this whatever.
Yeah,
this
they did
impeachment.
mention.
Yes.
Yeah, they did mention.
So it's a matter of either if you resign, criminal charges. If you get impeached, you're not running again.
So choose whether you want to die with a knife or a gunshot.
So you're asking what
6 million ways to die.
So
Yeah.
because you're asking what? Here it's either it's they say Okarimagagoa, or whatever hill I'm gonna die on.
Yeah.
Ni kama ile Japanese ya Sebuku.
Hivi Malakul Maut ashajitokeza.
Yeah. Ni kama ile Malakul Maut ametokelezea.
Sasa nakwambia we ukitaka kufia hiyo side ama hii side, we chagua side unataka, but unaenda.
Choose.
We?
And unajua ni ile kama ile ya Japanese ile Sebuku.
Yeah,
Ile unasema
the sword, yeah.
The sword you fall on your own sword.
Yes.
So now that's what he has. Either he falls on the sword of opposition of impeachment, and then as Mika said, he becomes a thorn on that side in the flesh. He becomes what do you call it when the career becomes septic, sepsis, and all that
becomes toxic and poisonous.
Or if he resigns, because he might have money and he has got lawyers, and then he can fight this thing until kingdom comes. See, we have Waluke who was convicted and is still
still out. Yeah.
Chaguo
Okay.
ni lako, boss.
Yeah. So this is